Yeah, hello guys. Good evening all. Welcome back to our classes. We'll start in couple of minutes. Okay. Okay. So we can start. I think so. So from today onwards, we are going to speak about Terraform. What's the tool we are going to speak about? So it is going to be the last tool of our DevOps course. But before that, I want to know one thing from everyone. Is SonarCube done for you? How is it SonarCube for you? Then it is the last tool for Terra for our entire DevOps. First of all, like I'll ask you one thing. Have you ever heard about Terraform? I'm asking like about. I'm asking, do you know Terraform? Not. I'm asking, have you ever heard about Terraform? No. Okay. Okay. Forget about Terraform. Do you know about infrastructure? What is the meaning of infrastructure, sir? Oh, no, 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 no. Huh? No, I'm asking about infrastructure. Already we discussed on KOps, if you remember. What is the meaning of infra? Resource, blueprint. Yeah, you're telling something that's correct. Resource after that? Provisioning. Okay, then. Okay. Don't stress about it much. I'll tell you. So basically, the meaning of Terraform is going to be the main purpose of Terraform is to create the infrastructure. What is the meaning of infrastructure? Resources used to run our application on the cloud. Correct or not? If you remember, we have discussed about a concept called KOps. Which one? So if you want me to show, just go for KOps. In the KOps, I said this point, right? Infrastructure means resources used to run our application on the cloud itself. So similar to this one, we are creating the infrastructure with the help of Terraform tool in real time. Which tool, sir? Terraform. First of all, infrastructure means resources used to run our application on the cloud. For the last few classes, what we have seen is how to create the AWS infrastructure manually. You know how to create EC2, how to create S3, ELB, VPC, everything you know. All of this we have seen on our classes. In general, we deployed infrastructure on manual way. Correct or not, sir? Daily, how I am launching the server? Manually. How I create the VPC? Manually. How I create bucket? Manual. How I create IAM users? Everything is going to be manual, right? So like that, so if you deploy the infrastructure manually in real time, what happen, it's going to be time consuming. It's going to be what? See, for example, it is my client one. For client one, I create the infrastructure. It Took me almost all 2 hours. How many hours? In second week, I got client 2. But again, this client 2, I want to create infrastructure. Again, I need to spend 2 hours or not, sir? In third week, I got client 3. Who I got? How much time I need? So first of all, if you see here, everything will be manual work. Second thing, it is going to be time consuming. Correct or not, sir? But as well as apart from these three, apart from these two, there are chances of committing mistakes. So definitely, if you do one work daily, at least there will be one chance of committing mistake. Daily, you are launching EC2 instance. But sometimes, unfortunately, we select default security groups. Sometimes we select Amazon Linux 2023. Of course, you know the process, but sometimes we commit the mistake, correct or not? So first of all, time consuming, second one manual work, and third one is going to be committing of mistakes. So due to these factors, what exactly we are going to do is we are going to automate the infrastructure creation. What we are going to do? Why? Because if it is manually, what are the mistakes you are going to get? What are the disadvantages? Time consuming, manual work, mistakes. So instead of automating, we are using the Terraform here. So instead of manual work, we are automating with the help of Terraform tool. How Terraform is going to automate the infra creation with the help of the code? Which codes are it is? HCL. Full form of HCL is going to be HashiCorp configuration language. Which one? So I am going to automate the infrastructure creation with the help of which tool? Terraform tool will create the infrastructure automatically with the help of code. And the code is which code here? HCL full form is HashiCorp. HasCorp. It's not like that. Okay? HashiCorp. Which one? HashiCorp configuration language. So now let's speak about Terraform. What is Terraform and why, how we are going to use it? So basically, it's a tool used to create the infrastructure automation. Why we gonna use it? To create infrastructure automation. Of course, we use KOps also, but this other tool which we use mostly on real time. It's a free and so it's a platform independent, and of course, like we cannot say it open source now. Why? Because it's having the license 2.0 now. Previously, it was free and open source, but now it is free, not open source anymore. Okay. So it comes in the year which year, sir? 2014. Who developed Terraform? He was the person who got the idea to create the tool called Terraform. Of course, he was a developer as well as apart from his, HashiCorp is the organization which owned the Terraform actually. Okay. So Terraform is written in which programming language? Go language. We can call Terraform as IaaC tool. The meaning of IaaC is going to be infra as a code. Write this point, all of you. IaaC means infra as a code. What is the meaning of IaaC here? Infra as a code. IaaC stand for infra as a code. Fine. Okay, again, so it's a tool used to create infrastructure automatically. So it's free and open source and platform independent. It comes in the year 2014. Mitchell Hashimoto developed the Terraform and it is currently owned by HashiCorp. Which language we use for Terraform? Go language is used to create the Terraform tool, but in Terraform we write the code in HCL. In which format we gonna write? HCL format. Fine. Sir, how Terraform is going to work? But before that, IaaC full form is going to be infra as a code. That means infrastructure we are creating with the help of a code. Which code we are writing here? HCL code. Full form of HCL. So how it work means Terraform uses a code to automate the infrastructure. What is the code here? HCL. HCL full form is going to be HashiCorp configuration So what is the full form of IaaS, sir? Basically what we do, we write the code in a text file. Okay, that code we are going to execute. If I execute the code, I'll create the, let's take Ansible playbook. You write playbook, you execute, you got the output. Software installation, everything. Let's take Docker file. In Docker file, you write the code, you build the Docker file, you will get the image. In Kubernetes, you write the code for manifest, you execute that one, you get the resource. Here also, you write the code, you execute it, you will get the, what is the meaning of infra now? Infra meaning. Resources is to run application on the cloud. Tell me any few examples of infrastructure. S3, EC2, VPC, load balancer, auto scaling group, everything will comes under infrastructure only. So now coming to it, what is the main advantage? First of all, it's reusable, sir. Or it is? That means you write the code one time, you can reuse for multiple times. Second thing, it is going to be, why? Because let's take any playbook, Docker file, anything. You'll write it only one time, but we can use multiple times. That means automatically our time is saving or not, sir? Automation. So directly once you write the code, the only thing is you execute the code multiple times. Multiple times it is going to create the resource. That means automating work. Let's take Docker. In Docker, am I creating image manually? No. Let's take Ansible playbook. In Ansible playbook, am I deploying the application automatically? Yes. I'm deploying automatically only, right? Here also, what you do is you write the code on the file. The file, if you execute, it is going to do the work automatically. Show it everything practical. So when we do any work automation, mistakes will be avoided. Why? Because see, I write a playbook for the first time. It will work very fine. Second time, I'll execute the same playbook. Third time, I'll execute the same playbook without changing. That means, am I going to get any mistakes here? Here also, if you write one Terraform file correctly for the very first time, second time, third time, fourth time, you won't write. If it's success first time, even if you execute 100th time also, you will get the correct thing only, correct output only. Correct or not, sir? And dry run. Dry run means without executing, we can see what exactly the output will come. We have the dry run here. So these are the advantages. Tell me what are the advantages. First one, usable, time saving, avoiding mistakes, and dry run, right? So basically what happened, apart from Terraform, if we speak about alternatives, I'm talking about cloud alternatives. Which alternatives? So in Minikube, we will be having EKS, AKS, GKS, right? Here also, in AWS, you have something called as CFT, Cloud Formation Template. Anyone done here AWS course? None of you? Okay, fine. Are you seeing Cloud Formation here? So basically, this Cloud Formation will create the infrastructure automatically. But it's AWS service only. That means it will create infra on only AWS. If you go to Azure, in Azure, you have something called as ARM template, ARM template, Azure Resource Manager. Which one? ARM templates. With the help of that ARM templates, you can create infrastructure, but only on Azure, not in AWS and GCP. If you go to Google, you have something called as Google Deploy Engine, which will create the infrastructure, but only on Google. That means for AWS, you have CFT, for Azure, you have ARM, for GCP, you have GDE. But sir, if I want to create infrastructure on all of these three clouds, I need to learn three different services: CFT, ARM, and GDE. But apart from this, if you write Terraform, if you learn Terraform, you can create cloud, you can create infrastructure on any cloud. Now tell me which one is best? Why? If not Terraform, we need to learn three different services, right? But if you learn Terraform, that one thing is enough to create infrastructure. Terraform is called as cloud agnostic. Terraform is called as cloud. What is the meaning of cloud agnostic? Cloud agnostic means it will not supporting for only one single cloud. It can support for multiple clouds, right? That means it will support for AWS cloud, GCP cloud, Azure cloud, not limited to only one. It can be used for n number of clouds. That is what we can call as cloud agnostic. What we can call as. Apart from this, what is the best thing, Terraform can also create the on-prem resource also. For example, if you want to manage your on-prem resources, Terraform can able to on-prem infrastructure also. You know what is the meaning of on-prem? Already I said what is the meaning of on-prem. Tell me what is on-prem? Physical servers. If you create an infrastructure, servers, networking, everything physically, that is what we can call as on-prem, and that will be staying on my building only, my premises. Terraform is not only for handling clouds. Terraform can also be handling the on-prem resources. That can be on-prem servers, on-prem VMs, on-prem network, everything like that. So I said whitelisting Terraform is known for being cloud agnostic and supporting only for public clouds such as AWS, GCP, Azure. It can also use it for on-prem infrastructure. Of course, like we can use it for VMware, you can use it for vSphere, you can use it for OpenStack also. That doesn't matter actually. Which cloud you want, you can create on cloud. Apart from cloud, you can also manage on premises. Apart from on premises, you can manage the private clouds also. Private cloud means like OpenStack is the private cloud. Dell, you know, Dell. That is also a private cloud. Even IBM companies there, IBM has their own cloud. That's it. Okay. Terraform can able to manage the multiple cloud platforms, not only one single thing. So before I proceed for the practical part, is the theoretical part clear for all of you? Everyone. Online, can you please confirm is the theoretical part clear for all of you or not? I would like to get response from all of you. Because if you are good at theory, practical will be very easy for you. So I want you to understand the theory very clearly. Great. Fine. Fine, sir. Now you got some idea about Terraform. So now how to work with Terraform? First of all, you need to have the EC2 instance. I already have my EC2 server ready. So I'm going to install Terraform here. But before installing Terraform, I'll ask you one question. Think logical and tell me the answer. Is Terraform a service of AWS or third party tool? Third party tool want to create infrastructure on my AWS cloud. That means I need to give permissions or not, sir? How can I give permission for third party tool? Already we discussed this topic, sir. Pasa. Pasa. Huh? You're telling correctly, huh? IAM user. Correct. What it is? Even if you remember KOps also third party tool, but it create infra or not, sir? How means we given the permissions with the help of IAM user. Create one user for Terraform, give him the admin access, attach the Terraform user to the server. How to attach the user to server here? By using a command AWS configure. Already in CLI also we've seen, right? The way of giving permission to our server is attaching the IAM user. What is the command that will attach the IAM user to server AWS? Concept clear for all of you know? Now let's create the IAM user with full admin privileges. But before that, I would like to know one thing from your end. How many of you think writing Terraform code is difficult? How many of you think writing Terraform code is difficult? None of you, huh? Oh, that means directly I can tell the class without using any shortcuts. Fine. Thank you, guys. So, admin access. Think all of you know this process, right? Creating IAM user with admin privileges. Now, attach them. By the way, how's your holidays went? Nice, huh? Everyone gone to your hometown, huh? Good, good. So in which region you want to create infra? I can select US East 1. Of course, you can create on AP South one also, but I'm taking US East one. That depends upon my choice. Output on table format. That's it. I given the access key and secret key. Now in server, where the access key and secret key is going to store? Interview question this is going to be in real-time work also. Where your access key and secret key is going to store. I already said this point. No. I'm asking about on server. You are telling about local downloading, right? Telling about this. If I download, this will be staying on my local only. But I am asking about in server. PEM file, no Rohini, it's not correct. Sunil, you are going to make it easy. Let's see. So where it is gonna store? That is a path. .aws. Which folder? In .aws, are you seeing the two files here? One is configuration file. That means your region and output format. Are you seeing this one? In second file, you can see the credentials, access key and secret keys. That is a place where you are going to store the access key and secret key. Write this point, all of you. Definitely, you need to know this point. Which one? .aws folder. Which one? Even if you want to change any configuration, go to .aws folder, modify the file as per your requirement. So now my question is, sir, you configured the user also. Now the user is having full permission, but I want to install Terraform here. How to install Terraform? Very easy. Terraform download. The moment if you click Terraform download, see, if I type Terraform download, are you seeing very first link? Go to here. And what is our operating system? Amazon Linux, right? Select this one, copy them, hit it, paste. That's it. Installation done. 3 commands you will get. The 3 commands will take care of the installation part. Installation done. If you want to check Terraform -v. So in Terraform version here, what is the version here? 1.7.0. It is the latest version. Previously it was 1.6.6. Even for your previous batch also is 1.6.6, but now it is 1.7.0. Right. So Terraform is also working now. So now here my question is, sir, Terraform is working now. How to write the code on Terraform? If you want to write the code on Docker, where you will write? In compose file and Docker file. Huh? In Ansible, where you write the code? Playbooks. In manifest, in Kubernetes, where you write the code? Manifest file. In Terraform, you are going to write the code on configuration files. That is what we can call as configuration files. Configuration files will have the extension of .tf. .tf stand for Terraform. What is the extension for Terraform files? For Ansible.yml, for Docker.yml again, as well as for Kubernetes also .yml. In Terraform, configuration will have .tf. Let's understand what is the meaning of configuration files. But before that, create a separate folder for Terraform and write your configuration files here. Do you have anything here? Nothing. Simply just empty block. So here, if you see what is the meaning of configuration file, means it will have the resource configuration. It will have what? For example, let's say I want to create a server. Server is having CPU, it is having RAM, it is having name, everything. So this entire configuration is going to store on a file called configuration file. Whatever the inputs you provide on configuration file, based upon that input only, you can create the server or resource. My point clear for all of you? Tell me what is the meaning of configuration file? Configuration file will have the resource configuration. Simply what we can call here, we write inputs for our resource. Okay. Based on that input. Terraform will create the real world resources. Real world resources. Is the point clear, sir? What is the extension for Terraform configuration files? .tf. Clear now? Now, if I want to create the infrastructure, I need to write the code. Where am I going to write the code? On configuration file. What is the extension of .configuration files? .tf stand for Terraform. So now write one file, that is main.tf. VM main dot. Sir, here you are going to write the code, sir. What I am going to write, sir? Code I am writing for the configuration. Which code I am writing? HCL, right? HCL full form? HashiCorp configuration. HCL will have the syntax. Based upon that syntax only we are going to work. HCL will have the based upon that syntax only we are going to, but I'm not going to teach you the syntax now. Syntax I'll teach you tomorrow. If I teach the syntax now, if I write it down, you will be confused. For that purpose, without making you confused, first of all, I'll write the code. I'll explain everything, but from syntax point of view, I'll discuss you with you tomorrow. It will make you understand the work very, very easy. First of all, in the syntax, you need to write the blocks actually. I'm writing provider. What is my provider here? Cloud provider. I want to create AWS resource now. Terraform HCL syntax will have the providers. It's a block actually. What it is? So what is the provider block here? That means I am creating resource on AWS. Now open the brace and close it. So here I am going to write region. On which region you want to create infrastructure? US, East, 1. Okay, that's it. If I want to create infra on Azure, I need to write here. If I want to create on GCP, GCP. No, sir, if I want to create infrastructure on Salesforce, wherever the cloud you want to create infra, right here. And in which region I'm creating infra? Is the concept clear now? Basically, this is called as block. It's block label. It's some arguments. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Don't worry. Second one, now you define, you want to create infra on AWS in US East 1 region. But which resource you want to create? Let's take, I want to create EC2 instance. What I want to create? Right here, resource. I want to create resource called AWS instance. What I want to create? Again, this is block. This is block label. It is also block. It is also block label. So here I am writing one more label called 1. No, if you can write, even you can write your name also. I can write my name also. But here as of now, I'm writing it as 1. Again, close here. Sir, here, this is what we can call as arguments. What we can call as? This is block. It is block label, right? It is also a block label. Again, it is also a. So after writing the block labels, if you want to pass input, for each and every input, you need to open the brace. Between the braces, what you are writing? Correct. What you are writing? Arguments. So here also what I need to write now? Arguments. Arguments are nothing but inputs. Arguments are nothing but configuration input. For example, you want to create server, sir. For server, we need to write AMI or not, sir? AMI is equal to, go and take your AMI. Where you are creating the infra on? On which region? Go to US East 1 and take one AMI ID. I think all of you know how to take AMI ID, right? Go for AMI catalog. AMI catalog means list of AMIs you can take. Which server you want to create? I want to create the server with Ubuntu operating system. Which one? Type here Ubuntu. Are you getting Ubuntu AMI? Excuse me, sorry. Copy and paste it here. No? Sir, apart from that, I want to give name, instance type for my server. So write instance underscore type. So here T2 micro. T2 dot. That's it. Your infra will be ready now. Your infra will be. What are you are talking about? AMI is there, instance type is there. Where is security group? Where is VPC? Where is keeper? Where is EBS volume? No need. Why? Because Terraform is very clever too. Whatever the inputs you have given, it will apply the values as input. If you don't give any input, Terraform will apply the default values. For example, tell me one thing. Do you have default VPC? Do you have default security groups? Do you have default EBS of 8 GB? Default keeper is nothing. Default keeper is what? Nothing. That means keeper will not operate. So what are the inputs you provided? Terraform will take the inputs. Based upon the input, you will create the resources. But if you haven't provided any input, Terraform will apply the default values. You can ask me, sir, instead of giving AMI and instance type directly, you can create, na? That is also we have default means, no, we don't have, sir. We don't have default AMI and default instance type. Default keeper will be there, nothing keeper. Default security group, default VPC, default EBS will be there. But there is no AMI of default. There is no instance type of default. Clear, no? Now, if you observe here, everything is clear. First one is called as block. Beside the block, if you are seeing double quotes, that is what we can call as block labels. For a block, you can have 0 labels, 1 label, 2 labels also. That doesn't matter. You can have multiple labels. After that block, if you open the braces, between the braces, what you are going to write? Arguments. Arguments are nothing but inputs for the blocks actually. Inputs for the block. You know block, you know block label, you know arguments. But apart from all of this, are you seeing underscore here? Why we need to give underscore means that is what we can call as identifier. What we can call as underscores and hyphens will call as identifiers in Terraform. For example, if we have two names, instance type, single word or double words, 2 words, right? As well as key pair, how many words? Security groups, how many words? Whenever you are having 2 words, in Terraform use identifier called underscore to make them as single unit. My point clear? For AMI, how many words we have? No need of identifier. Name, how many words? Do you need identifier? EBS volume, how many? Do we need identifier? If you have more than one word, you need to use identifier for it. Is each and everything in the syntax clear now? What I said, syntax we will discuss on tomorrow. But syntax done or not, sir? That is magic. If I say this is syntax, you will make some confusion. So I said that syntax I will cover tomorrow, but it is covered today only. Is it easy or difficult? Easy, right? Can we discuss one more time for your more clarity? Now I'll ask you. Tell me. So how many blocks are here in this Terraform file? 2 blocks. What are those? Provider and resource block. How can you tell it is block? Because blocks doesn't have double quotes. Are you seeing any double quotes here? No. And beside block, what you are seeing? Block labels. How can you tell it is block labels here? Double quotes will be there. So tell me, how many labels we have for block? Multiple. It can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 2, or it can be more than 2 also. It doesn't matter actually. So once you write the resource and resource block, in the open braces, what you are going to write? Arguments. Arguments are nothing but inputs for the blocks. Is the concept clear now? Of course, in real time, we have multiple blocks. Provider block, resource block you are seeing, but there will be data block, there will be output block, there will be dynamic block, there will be provision block also. N number of blocks you are going to see in the upcoming days. But as of now, here you are having only 2 blocks. And here underscore is called as, why we are going to use identifiers? Whenever you are having 2 words, to make them as single unit, we use the not only underscore, hyphen is also going to be identified. Okay. And apart from that, you will have the comments. What do we have? Comments I'll discuss with you in upcoming days. Save this one. So now tell me one thing, is that in Terraform configuration file easy or difficult, sir? Is every syntax, every word, and every key clear for all of you? Online, what about you? Can you please confirm me once? Is everything clear or not? Fine. So now here comes the main thing called Terraform commands. What you are getting now? Terraform. So Terraform commands, there will be four major commands, basically five, but we require four to understand. Initial days I'm talking about. First command is going to be Terraform. What is the purpose of Terraform init command? Initialize the provider plugin. Sir, here you are installing Terraform on AWS server. But for example, Terraform I am installing on my local laptop. To work with the AWS resource, I need to download the AWS provider plugin. What I need to get? So to download the provider plugins, you need to use the command called Terraform init command. Which command? So to make it more precise, currently how many files you are seeing here? Only one file. Even the hidden files also? One file, hidden files also. But the moment if I give Terraform init command, you can get two more files. That files will consist of the AWS provider plugins. Which one? Are you seeing installing provider plugins here? Check it out. It depends on my requirement, Venkatesh. You can take Ubuntu, you can take Amazon Linux. That's up to your choice completely. Okay. Are you seeing now? Now, if I give ls-al, see how many commands will I get now? Are you seeing .terraform folder? Are you seeing .terraform lock HCL? The moment if you run the Terraform init command, this both files will come. These files will store the provider plugins. What this going to store? I'll make it a more clear for you know. Just give the command cat .terraform.log.hcl. Are you seeing a provider plugin of AWS? What is the provider plugin version? That means it is storing the provider plugins or not, sir? As well as even if you see ll.terraform folder, in ll.terraform folder, in Terraform folder, are you seeing providers here? In providers, are you seeing registry.terraform.io? HashiCorp, go for AWS, hit enter. Are you seeing the provider version of 5.2.31? Linux AMD? There you see. Seeing that provider plugins or not, sir? So remember, when you run the Terraform init command, how many files and how many folders will come? One file and one folder. This will consist of provider plugins. Why? Because without provider plugins, we cannot create the EC2 instance. Is the point clear? Second one, Terraform plan command. Which command? Terraform plan command main purpose is to, it will read the input given by the user. And based upon that input, it will create the execution plan of the resource. Now, Terraform is planning to create the resource. It is telling that, go to the top here, it is telling that Terraform will perform a following action. That means I want to create a resource called AWS instance with label name. For this server, user given me the AMI and user given me the instance type. But if you go instance lifecycle, instance state, as well as CPU counts, as well as availability zone, have I given these values? Terraform is telling that I don't have any inputs for this. But if you want to see these values known after apply, that means when you run the command Terraform apply, you will come to know what is the IP address, what is the CPU, and what is the memory for this one. So Terraform plan is to create the execution plan only, but it won't create the resource. If you want to create the resource, which command you are going to use? Terraform apply. The moment if I go for Terraform apply, now based upon my inputs, it is going to create the resource. Just to give the value yes. Yes means, okay, I want to create the resource like I am giving the inputs. So creating my server. Is it done, sir? Now if we go and see, you can see a new server now. Are you seeing new server with T2 micro? Are you seeing it or not? So the infra is created with the help of which tool now? Terraform tool. Right? Sir, previously when you give Terraform init command, how many new files created? One new file and one folder. For Terraform plan, you won't create a new file. For Terraform, apply again, you will create a new file. That is called a state file. Which one? Are you seeing terraform.tf state? This is the newly created file. It is. And if I give ll-a, see, main.tf initially we create. .terraform lock ACL created after terraform init command. After that, I give terraform plan command. For plan command, you won't get any new file. But for apply command, are you seeing new file? What is the name of the new file? What is the main purpose of state file? I create a infra. That means my server. This server will have some properties and information or not, sir? Every information of this server, that means that this resource is going to store on state file. Hit enter. Are you seeing the complete information? What is the public IP address here? 34.207, right? Go here and check. Are you seeing 34.207? What's the private IP? 172.31.43. Are you seeing the same private IP address? Even though if you go and see here, what is the instance type here? T2 micro. Here also you are having instance type T2 micro. And even if you scroll up here, how many number of CPUs you are having, sir? One CPUs. But T2 micro, how many CPUs will you get? One CPUs, right? And go for storage here. What is the storage here? 8 GB. Scroll down, check the storage here. What is the EBS volume you are getting? 8 GB, right? So like this state file will store the complete information of infrastructure. What is the state file going to do? Complete information of the, it is very, very important file in Terraform, state file. Okay, why? Because your complete information will be on state file only. If you don't have state file, you cannot work with Terraform. It's going to be very difficult. Point clear, sir? So finally, we have one more command called Terraform destroy command. Which command? Terraform destroy command is to delete the resource. Hit enter. Automatically, it is going to ask you permission. So we need to give yes here. What we need to give? That is the user input. For apply and destroy, we need to provide yes. So now automatically the server is going to be deleted, sir. Are you seeing destroying here? Previously it was running now. If I click on refresh, it will be going to shut down state now. Which state? Why it is shutdowning? Because I ran the command called Terraform destroy command. Which command? So now if you go, everything got terminated. Is the concept clear, sir? No? So this is how Terraform is going to work. Now if I give terraform.tf state, are you seeing any resource information? When you create resource, information will store on Terraform. If you delete it, information is going to remove from Terraform. Is the point clear, sir? That's it, sir. So what is the first command again? Terraform. Why we need to use it? To initialize the provider plugin. Without provider plugin, we cannot create the cloud resource. Second one, Terraform. Why we are going to use the plan? To create the execution plan. Third one, Terraform. Why we are going to use apply? Sir, if I give some resource information, if I haven't given some properties of resource, what Terraform is going to do? Apply the default values. If you provide input, it will give you the resource as per inputs. If you don't provide, directly it is going to apply the. Once you create the resource, if you want to delete that resource, which command is going to use? Terraform. Are these 4 commands clear for all of you? Everyone. Online, what about you? Can you please confirm, are these 4 commands clear for all of you or not? Yes, fine. Okay, sir. So now you are telling the Terraform main thing. So 4 commands done. And what about state file? Is state file clear for all of you? What is the meaning of state file? Store the complete information of infrastructure that is created by Terraform only. Sir, for example, in the main.tf, now I want to create 5 servers. How many servers? What you are going to do, just simply put count is equal to 5. Simply put count is equal to, it is going to create 5 servers. That's it. I already said, right? If you add count is equal to 5, automatically it is going to create 5 servers. Now, what is the first command? Terraform init, right? But not required. Terraform init you will run only one time. See, every time we will not download plugins. Plugin will be downloaded only one time and we can reuse the plugins. What is the second command? Terraform? It is to create the execution plan. Take the user inputs and create the execution plan. If there is no user inputs, it is going to take values. Now, what is the command to create the resource? Terraform? Sir, when I write Terraform apply, it is going to ask permission, yes, right? But instead of giving yes, you can write auto approve. What I can write? Auto approve will not ask me the permission. Directly it will create the resource. See it. How many servers you are creating now? We can see 5 to add. That means 5 servers you are going to create. 5 will be creating all at a single time, so not one by one. Is it creating all at a single time or one by one? Single. All at a time, man. And here you can see the index number also. Seeing the index number here? Index number. That's it. Now, if we go and see, if we click on refresh, are you seeing the 5 servers here? Even though if you open the command cat terraform.tf state, you will be seeing 5 servers. How many? If you go and scroll up, it is the server number 5. It is what's the server number? It is server number 4 from here. And if you go, it is server number 3, 2, 1, like that. But sir, if you are having multiple resources, it is very difficult to read the configuration. I want to see how many resources are there in state file. You can use the command terraform state list. The moment if you see terraform state list, are you seeing 5 servers here? For single server, it is very easy to see. But for 5 servers, you cannot calculate what is server number 1, server number 2, server number 3. It is very difficult for you. For that purpose, if I use a command called terraform state list, so I can see the list of resources. How many resources have been created? 5. 5 servers had been created on single block only with AWS instance. That is the reason we got index numbers. What we got? Even though if we go and filter the running servers, you can see these 5 servers right here. Now my requirement is, sir, I want to delete the complete servers. Which command I can use? This trial. But this time I don't want to delete complete resources. I want to delete only one server among them. I want to delete only one server. How to delete? First of all, tell me the command to delete the resource, Terraform. If I don't want to give permission, I need to write auto, right? Just to put target. What I'm writing here? Target command main purpose is to destroy the single resource. Destroy the, I am targeting server number 1 in AWS instance with label name 1, index number 0 for server number 1, right? Hit enter. Automatically, this will destroy only that single server, sir. How many are destroying here with index number 0? So now if we give the command Terraform state list, what is this command going to do? To show number of resources on state file. Previously, how many you are having, but now how many you are seeing? Server number one got deleted or not, sir? Even though if you compare with real world, this is the real world actually, real world infrastructure. Click on refresh. How many you are seeing now? One got done or not, sir? Sir, now if I want to delete two servers, server number 2 and server number 5. How to delete the specific resources by using, tell me the command, Terraform, destroy, auto approve, target is equal to AWS instance, server number 2 means index number, and write target, AWS instance with label number 1 and index number 4. Now it is going to delete only those two servers. Okay. It won't delete server number 3 and server number 4. Hit enter. How many are deleting now? 2. Hmm. Now if we go and see the command Terraform state list, previously how many are there? But now, which server is there now? 2 and 4, 3 and, why? Because index number 2 means server number 3. Index number 3 means server number. Even though if you go and click on refresh, here we'll be seeing only 2 servers. Correct or not, sir? But sir, this time I want to remove the complete servers, complete resource. What I can use Terraform? Destroy command you can use. And target is not required. If I use Terraform destroy, servers will be deleted. And in state file, do you have that server information anymore? Yes or no? No. Great. In the command Terraform state list, you'll see anything here? Nothing. Why? Because you don't have any resource running here. Everything got. Have you got the clarity about state file now? Have you got the clarity about target command now? Everyone. Sure. All in what about you? Can you please confirm is the state file as well as target command clear for all of you or not? I would like to get response from all of you. Clear. Fine. So I already said you what is the meaning of state file means here written clearly. State file used to store the resource information which is created by, it is used to track the resource activities. That means how many are running, how many are deleted, how many are stopped. It will show the complete information. Correct or not, sir? In real time, entire resource information is going to store on state file. Already you've seen my resource information completely is stored on. So we need to keep it very safe, and for that purpose, we use remote backend S3. So this concept I'll tell you in upcoming days, how to secure the state file. Currently, I'm just creating the state file, but not securing it. I'll show you how to secure. If you lost the state file, we cannot track the infrastructure information. So what is the command we are going to use here, Terraform? Of course, you will be having 5 more comments. You'll be having how many comments? But that is not now in your upcoming lectures. Sir, if you lost the Terraform state file, it is going to be very, very big issue, right? For that purpose, what this Terraform will do, you know, it will create the backup for state file. It will create what? That means, for example, if I create the resource, if I delete the resource, even though that resource information is going to store on state file. See, are you seeing state backup here? In backup, are you seeing any information here? No, right? But in upcoming days, I'm gonna show you how to use the backup. Okay, it's a file actually which is used to store the information of deleted resource. Which resource? But not now, in upcoming days again. That's it. And target command, what is the purpose of using target command? Use it to destroy the. First of all, run the command terraform state list and use the command terraform destroy auto approve target server number 1 and target server number 2, like that. You can use the single target option as well as you can use the multi-target option also. Is that point clear, sir? Okay, fine. Tell me how many blocks I used till now? What are the 2 blocks? Provider block. Now this time I am going to use one more block called variable block. What I'm going to use? So this variable block main purpose is to use the variables. Sir, here you are defining the value directly, right? But these values I'm going to define with the help of variables also. How to define a variable means it is very clear. I am telling to Terraform, you are going to create 5 servers. How many servers? And one more thing. For this example, I don't want 5 servers. I want only 1 server for this example. Or if you want to put count is equal to 5, also that's absolutely fine, completely. Oh, acha, let's put count is equal to 5. Or count is equal to 3. I'll tell one variable example, second variable example into tell me. Okay. So I am telling to Terraform. If you want instance type, go to the variable block. First of all, do you have variable block or not, sir? I am telling to take the value of instance type from the variable block. What is the name of the variable block here? So this name I need to give here. Whatever I am writing here, I need to give the same name here to match that block. So now I'm going to write like this. What is the name of my variable block? Instance name. Or basically here you can write instance type also, but for your clarity, I give the instance name. But it doesn't matter what you are giving. I'm writing instance type. Now, which name I want to give here? Instance type. Is it matching now? Terraform will go for this variable block and take the instance type from here. So now how to define the instance type? First of all, directly you can give the value called default. What is the instance type I want to give T to? Micro. But before default, what is the type of the variable, sir? It is string or not, sir? T2 micro is a string. And before that, you can write description. Description is optional. Remember, here description and type both are optional. I am putting star. Star means nothing. In the variable block, description and type will be optional. The main thing is here default. Default is what is the value here? Now Terraform will understand like this. Okay, if I want to get the instance type, I need to go for variable block. First of all, it will check for variable block. Do I have variable block? What is the name of the variable block? Are these both matching? Now, whatever the value you have given on default, directly this value will be applied. What is the value here now? T2 dot micro. Correct or not, sir? Now, what is the block name here? What is the block label? Instance type. How many arguments I provided? 3 arguments. In these 3 arguments, what is the major argument we required? Type and description will be fine. Now, I'll ask you one more thing. You tell me the block for countdown. First of all, how I am defining the variable for count block. If you want to count, go for variable block. Go for what? Variable block is going to be instance count. Instance. Now, based upon that above input, tell me how to write variable blocks, sir. You tell me now. First of all, variable. What is the name of the block? Instance count. Variable done, variable block also done. Now in middle, what you are going to write? Argument. What is the first argument? Optional. Star I am putting. Of course, you can put some content also, but it's waste. Next. What is the type now? Also, sir, మీ దగ్గరికి. Okay, what is the type here? It's a number, right? So basically T2 micro is a value. So that is a string actually. But whereas 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be your numbers. So I'm going to give here number. Next, default. How many servers you want to create? I want to create 3 now. Can I give 3 now? Is writing the variable block easy or difficult, sir? Easy, right? That's it. Now Terraform will think like this. Okay. So if I want to get the count, I need to go for variable block. First of all, how many variables block I have? 1 and 2. Terraform will check. Okay, I have variable block. What is the name of the variable here? Instance. It is not my name. It is my name. So directly Terraform is going to apply for this particular block. This variable called instance count. What is the default value? So now count will become 3. Similar to this, if I want to get the instance type, I need to go for variable block. Do you have variable block? Is it matching my variable block name? What is the default value? This will be coming to my instance type. Is it clear, sir, how it is working now? Online, is writing the variable block clear for all of you? Can you please confirm me once? How to write the variable blocks? Is it clear for all of you? Can you please confirm me once? Fine. So now, what is the first command? Terraform? Init is not required. Terraform? Plan is also not required. If your code is very easy, like for example, if you write the code, if you have some confidence on your code that it will work, no need to use plan. Directly write apply command. That means instead of plan, I am writing apply. Okay. Directly it will work, sir. Is it creating 3 servers? With the instance type T2? You can give T2 large also. That doesn't matter. Whatever the value you give there, it will work. Go for the real world now and check for the resources to create. So 2 has been created. Wait for one more. Seeing 3 servers now. The instance type and servers 3. Perfectly applied or not, sir? Now if I want to delete them, what I'm gonna do? Terraform destroy auto pro. Now again, now tell me, all this information is going to store on which file? No, which file? Terraform.tf. Are you seeing now? What is the command to list the resources? State list. Seeing now? If I want to destroy, what is the command? Oh, sorry, not apply. Wait. Unfortunately, I give apply. Even though if I give apply, nothing will happen. Why? Because this is already applied and the resource is created. Give the command destroy. Now, how many are going to delete? 3. So this is what we can call as variable block. Which one? Variable block. Sir, in Terraform, there will be a file called variable files. Which files? What is a variable file? If you put all the variables in a single file, that is called as variable file. How many variable blocks do I have? 2 variable blocks. If you put all the variable blocks in a single file, that is what we can call as variable.tf. Which one? Code will be same. Code will be But which blocks you are moving to variable file? Variable blocks. Which blocks? I'll tell you why we need to move. Okay. Here I said you clearly. Terraform variables. I already shown you variables, string as well as number. So if you can see Terraform variable files, these files are used to store the variables separately on Terraform. Okay. So in this file, you can see only variable blocks. Apart from variable blocks, you are not going to see anything here. So if you go and see, sir, for example, if you go and see, what is the length of the file? How many lines do you have? 21 lines, correct or not, sir? Why? Because the moment if you define all the variables together, what happen, length of the file is going to be increased. For that purpose, to make my work easy, I'm removing all the variables from here and I'm going to create a new file called variable.tf. This variable.tf file is going to store all the variables separately. Have I changed the code anywhere? Now, even if you run Terraform apply command, automatically it is going to work samely. It will work samely as it is. Are you seeing again 3 instances? What is the instance type here? T2? Are you seeing any differences? But what is the small change I have done here? All the variable blocks I moved to which file? Sir, you can put that on main.tf also. But why we are using variable.tf file means remember, in main.tf, you will be having different blocks, provider block, resource block, output block. So when you write multiple blocks inside the same file, it will be more difficult to manage. For that purpose, I'm separating the variable blocks into variable file. So now whenever if I want to change anything on variables, directly I can go to variable file or not, sir? See, if your main.tf is consisting 10 blocks, how many blocks? You need to go and search where is your variable block. But if you directly go to variable block, directly you can find out the block and directly you can change the. To make our works easy, we are going to separate variable blocks from main.tf to variable.tf. Is the concept clear now? That's it. Clear it now. Okay. So I hope this is enough for today. Not going for much. Today we just touched the basic concepts. Introduction, installation, how to write Terraform, configuration file, what is the syntax, state file, and target command. Okay, these are the very few commands we have seen in today's session. Is it enough for today or can I tell one more topic? Enough, huh? I know. Okay, fine. I'm copying this and 4:30 batch right? So now before going for doubts and queries, first of all, how's the Terraform class for you? Is it easy or difficult for you to understand? Is it right? Is it any complex? No. Online, what about you? Is the concept easy for you today? How's the Terraform class for you, first of all? What about remaining online? How's the Terraform for you? So Varsha, it was wonderful. And Mahendra, super. Okay, good and clear. Yep. Thank you. What is the best thing I like on your batch, right? You will understand concepts very quickly. Basically, the same concept I taught for other batch, but it took a lot of time for them to understand. But you are understanding it very easily. Like it was great for me actually. That's great. So simply I can tell one thing, you are the smartest batch actually I have ever deal with. Why? Because I have taken a lot of batches here, but the grasping power for you when compared with other batches is very different actually. I highly appreciate it. Get it. You are making it easy. Okay. Thank you. Finally, some appreciation. At least from one. Thank you, Banita. Yep. So now we can go for doubts and queries. What is the difference between Terraform and Kubernetes? So Kubernetes is the cluster creation. So basically, I need to ask about kops and Terraform, Sunil. Okay. Kops is to manage the Kubernetes cluster only, but it will not create the complete infrastructure. Whereas Terraform can create the Kubernetes cluster and can create the infrastructure also. And KOps will not support for all the clouds. It will support for AWS and GCP only. But this Terraform will support for multiple clouds. Hope it is clear for you, Sunil. And okay. Yep. So Varsha, sorry, Vaishnavi, sir, I'm not able to get the Jenkins dashboard when I copy public IP address, port number, page is loading. But first of all, Vaishnavi, check two things. What is the current Java version it is running on your server? Second thing is going to be whether in your security groups do you have 8080 or not. Check these two factors and let me know, Vaishnavi. Okay, that's it. So Terraform will take at least 6 days. So day one is done. So you will be having 5 more days. And I'll take one additional class for you for your career guidance, regime building, and everything. So in the 6 working days, we are going to wrap up everything. That means it's 18th, right? 19, 20, 21 is holiday, 22, 23, 24. By 25, it's going to be finished. When your course started? December 23, yeah. November 23. So from November to December, December to Jan. So 2 weeks exact. Sorry, 2 months exactly. So I'm gonna stop this server. If it is pending, I'll definitely tell you. Don't worry. So CV, I'll tell you, Varsha. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. Tell me one thing. For example, if I missed anything on your previous sessions, okay, sometimes I might forget. Why? Because dealing with multiple batches, I might forget few points. If anything is pending, let me know before the course complete. Okay. I'll explain you it. The in Docker, module and entry point is pending topic, right? I'll teach. Fine. Vaishnavi, that is going to come under your AWS. So that's Route 53 concept, Vaishnavi. Okay. Almost all in Kubernetes, we have seen, of course, like that will be covering on Ingress also. Don't worry about it. Okay. Right. So if anything is pending, please, I request kindly to inform me. Okay. So I'll definitely cover from syllabus point of view. Fine. So I hope it's done for today. So let's meet on tomorrow's session with some other topics. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye all.